Am I the asshole for lashing out on my husband for his reaction to our baby gender reveal? So, me F29 and my husband M33 have been married for 2 years. I'm now pregnant. First time and it's been difficult. I have anemia but I'm getting treatment. We went for the doctor's appointment to find out the gender of our baby. My husband was excited although he repeatedly said he guaranteed it was a boy with no evidence to back it up. We entered the doctor's office and he didn't stop feeling nervous, making me nervous too. Once the doctor said it was a girl. My husband's face went red. He stared at the doctor then started asking if she was sure 15 times. He asked if she was sure this wasn't a recording footage of her previous patient, which made me feel embarrassed because this was a dumb question. He has zero idea how ultrasound works. Doctor laughed. But he asked her to check again and even tried to act smart to point out that it's actually a boy, but the doctor got it wrong. I told him to stop but he started lashing out blatantly, saying he wasn't expecting this and was in fact disappointed with the results. I felt mad, especially after he told the doctor we will be seeing another doctor, then get back to her to tell her she got it wrong because he guaranteed it was a boy. I waited till we got home. I lashed at him and told him he had no right to speak to the doctor like that and waste her time by getting her to check repeatedly. I said he embarrassed me and he lashed back, saying he has a right to express how he felt and that he was disappointed. We argued, then he went to call his mom to tell her, although I asked him to wait to do it together. I called him childish for immediately calling his mom and getting her to text me. Like it's my fault. I told him I'm going to stay at my mom's for 2 days because this is too much. He asked, how's it childish for me to call my mom and vent a little? But totally okay when you pack to go stay with your mom for 2 days. I was speechless. What response could I possibly have for this? He started texting saying ultrasound wasn't a good idea. But he'll just wait till our baby's born to find out, since tests can't be 100% sure anyway. Said he wasn't trying to blame me for being pregnant with a girl but how I reacted to his reaction. He planned to have 1 kid and that's it. Preferably a boy, but it didn't happen, so he was disappointed. Again argued that I overreacted and mishandled his gender disappointment. My sister said I was wrong because his reaction was understandable and that he's free to express how he felt, so I shouldn't try to control his reaction. We're from Canada, by the way, if it's relevant. Not the asshole. I know people throw around sexist a lot, but if someone is this disappointed about having a daughter instead of a son, they're sexist. Also, you shouldn't have to leave, especially while very pregnant, just because he is being an asshole. Also, your child being a daughter instead of a son is because his sperm gave the X chromosome, not why he could use an 8th grade biology lesson too. Edit fix typo. Wow. Does he not realize that his sperm determined the gender of the baby? It's his fault he's having a girl. Gasp. He's an ass and needs to get his crap together. It's one thing to have a little disappointed letdown when you get yourself hyped for one sex or the other. It's completely over the top to do what he did. Not the asshole. Run while you still can. Not the asshole. 1. It's the sex of the baby, not the gender. 2. Why does your husband hate girls so much that he would act this way? Big red flag. Not the asshole. This is a huge flashing red flag. Please make sure you are safe to be with this man. He sounds unstable. Not the asshole. He needs therapy and you need a separate bank account. This man doesn't sound like he's capable of being a father to a child of either gender. Not the asshole. I'm so sorry that your husband has just revealed himself to be a childish, aggressive misogynist. I hope this post and the reactions to it help you realize that his behavior is not normal, because I think you need to start planning now how you will raise your wonderful little girl on your own. I really hope you stay at your mom's house for now, until this asshole moves out of your house. But $10 at least 2 people on here are like, gender disappointment is real, you can't be mad at him. I am the younger daughter of a man who did not want daughters at all. He made a bigger ass of himself with my mom's obgyn than your dude did. I have lived 44 years knowing my father hated me for something out of my control. I tried significant other hard to earn his love, but that was never ever going to happen. He hated a very fundamental part of my identity. I say that to say this. Run. Run far and take your daughter. Odds are he won't push for custody. My dad didn't. Protect your child from the hate in his heart. Please. Not the asshole. I'm surprised you didn't get on him specifically because this is how he acted because he's getting a daughter. This isn't understandable in any way, it's just sexist and cruel. Not the asshole. Honestly, this is a huge red flag. He wasn't just disappointed. He was mad and took it out in the doctor and you, who both have zero control over the sex. And regarding the childish comment, it's childish for him to use other people to make you feel guilty for something out of your control. It is not childish for you to recognize when you need space from a bad situation. Not the asshole. Ick, you deserve better, sweetie. Also, you might remind him that the child's sex is always determined by the father, since men cast the deciding chromosome, either an X or a Y, while women produce eggs that carry an X chromosome. Take care of yourself, blue heart. Not the asshole, also get ready for a divorce. Not the asshole, but please don't stay with that thing or have another child with it. That baby girl only has you as a parent. Everyone in this story is the asshole besides you and the doctor. Being this upset over the gender of your child is ridiculous, childish and frankly concerning. Your poor daughter. Info: does anyone else find it mildly ironic that the man who was so disappointed his future child was a girl immediately called his mother for comfort? Not the asshole. His reaction was not understandable, it was sexist AF. It makes me concerned for how he is long to treat your daughter as she grows up. And this is why King Henry got rid of Anne Boleyn. Sorry, it's a girl, so off with your head. Honestly, this would be a deal breaker for me. His reaction just sums up everything wrong in the world. But in regards to you, no, of course not the asshole. Seems like you already have a son, lol. Also, not the asshole. Said he wasn't trying to blame me for being pregnant with a girl. Well, that's good, since providing you with a baby girl was entirely his own doing. Look, it's a sea of red flags. Location flag, 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 location flag. Seriously reconsider being married to this sexist pig. Not the asshole. Your sister and your husband are absolutely ridiculous. His response to it being a girl is seriously concerning. Not the asshole. A quick Google search shows sperm determines sex of a baby. So you could always say, it's on you what we are having. Not the asshole, but girl, your daughter is going to be treated like trash. Please get away. Not the asshole, and dear God, woman, run. It's one thing to say, well, I was hoping for a boy. And another thing to say, I will burn this place to the ground unless that baby grows a dick. Obviously you can't control what gender the baby is, and as someone else already pointed out, it's the father's sperm that determines the gender, so if he really wants to blame someone, he can blame himself. He's allowed to be a little disappointed, emphasis on little, because he always dreamed of having a son, but that doesn't mean he gets to tea all over you and the doctor because he's having a daughter. Seriously, do not make more children with this man. Can you imagine how much he'll neglect the daughter if he ever does have a son? Not the asshole. Unless he does a super unlikely 180, he's going to be a terrible father. Even if he cares and provides for her, she'll catch on to his sexism and resentment. This poor thing hasn't even been born and her father expressed anger with her existence. Not the asshole, but also info: is this a cultural thing or is he just straight up a sexist asshole? Either way, the mansplaining to the doctor is especially disgusting, and his narcissistic "I guaranteed it" sounds like when I was a kid and would eat 3 apples in The Sims 3 to guarantee my sim would have a boy. What, not the asshole dude? What the heck is wrong with him and your sister? He decided it was a boy before getting to see the ultrasound. He decided to be a dick to you and the doctor. In what way would you be the asshole? Gender disappointment is a real thing. It doesn't make you a bad person. But that's a feeling you have in yourself. His behavior was totally asshole behavior. He can be disappointed without being rude, without confronting the doc, without all the dramatics. And he can deal with his disappointment before baby arrives so he can be a good dad. Not the asshole. And you might consider couples counseling to work through this, because this will have a long-lasting impact without dealing with it. Not the asshole. Husband is either a ginormous asshole, or this is a psychological issue. I mean, he technically called ultrasound witchcraft. Not the asshole. He has some serious growing up to do. Why is having a boy so important to him? I feel embarrassed for you, mama. Hopefully he will take these 2 days to reflect and see he was being ridiculous. Try not to let your pregnancy emotions overwhelm you as well. We all know how it can be. Not the asshole. Tell him that you're just the oven, he's the one that forgot to add the nuts to the batter. Edit, thanks for the award. It's my first. NTA. I originally hoped for a girl and I found out straight 16 weeks during a 3D ultrasound that I was having a baby boy. My initial reaction was disappointment. I never let anyone know. I matched my butt to the mall abs blight the cutest baby boy outfit and never looked back. I am hoping for a second baby and I hope it's a boy, but warned and disappointed with a girl either. Hee hee. Your hubby will get over the shock. But you will never forget his reaction. That is tragic. Not the asshole. Mild surprise or even a bit of disappointment over the sex of the baby is understandable. And then just about everyone gets over that real fast. And most keep it to the self. His reaction is insane. Absurd. He is not prepared to be a parent, at all. Not the asshole. Your husband's reaction was egregious. Being disappointed is one thing. Lashing out repeatedly at the doctor and your wife and repeatedly expressing a preference for a certain gender is tasteless and hurtful. Plenty of people have been disappointed to find out their baby's gender, I'm sure. They then do the appropriate thing and reassure their wife that they're happy, and turn their thoughts to how awesome actual gender baby will be. Not the asshole. Disappointment over sex is actually a real thing, and something parents may have to come to terms with in their own way, but this is over the top, and not a good sign at all. If this is an indication of the way he's going to treat his daughter, you may want to consider that, and what's best for your daughter. Also, he's totally wrong. There are definitely tests that can tell for sure what the sex is going to be. Any genetic screening you have done will cover that. Not that that's the point. NTA. And what is actually wrong with him? Curious to know where his thinking stems from. A baby is a baby. Pretty immature behavior. Being upset over the sex of the baby, something that can't be controlled. Hopefully he gets it well together before the delivery, because that mindset he's in right now, ain't it? NTA. Throw that entire husband away if you can, if can't at least try therapy. Not the asshole. He's proven that his love for this child is conditional and based on their gender. His behavior was unacceptable. He wasn't just expressing his feelings. He was rude to the doctor and insulted her. And he made you feel bad when you didn't do anything wrong. A lot of people want sons, but the way he reacted was horrible. Be watchful of how he treats your daughter. Not the asshole. But I really want to know how he guaranteed it. Did he read some dumbshit website that says, buy this supplement and you'll only shoot out Y chromosomes? For reasons of my brain just does this shit to me. I am now picturing this guy giving his balls a pep talk to ensure they get him a boy. Anyway, your husband is a major asshole and I'm concerned he'll be a bad parent to your daughter, who he clearly sees as less than. Divorce him before the baby comes. He is gonna traumatize your daughter for life. Not the asshole. I suggest when the baby is born to get him away from her because he could abuse her, so think of a plan of action. If he was as mad as you said he was, do you really think he will be happy about your future daughter? I feel a little bit sorry for your daughter. Your husband really needs to spend some time preparing for the possibility of having a daughter, and being ready to love her. Just out of curiosity, what culture is your husband from? Not the asshole. And it sounds like your husband has been coddled his entire life. That reaction throws a big red flag to me. Being disappointed is one thing, this is just insane. It's also kind of funny he'd blame you because he's technically the one who made your baby a girl. Is he stupid or something? Not the asshole. Also be sure to show him the science where the man determines the gender of the baby, so it is in fact his fault, it's not a boy. What an awe. Not the asshole. Please ask yourself if you really want to raise your daughter with this man. If he reacts this badly to just being told she's a girl, how will he treat her growing up? Is he the type to hold onto this and make her feel like she's less than because she's not the boy he wanted? Your daughter might be better off if you leave now, before she's old enough to remember how he treats her. Not the asshole. Is your husband Henry VIII reincarnated? I'm so sorry your husband embarrassed you like that in front of the doctor. It must have been mortifying. Not the asshole. I have a friend that had a similar experience. Nursery all decorated and Emma signs all over the wall. Changed it all to David when the baby was born. Not the asshole. His reaction isn't understandable nor was it reasonable. Your reaction is. Not the asshole. Your husband is very misogynistic. It's okay to have a preference. It is not okay to throw a temper tantrum because you're having a girl. Also may want to teach him some basic biology and tell him that his sperm is responsible for the sex, so really this is his fault.